At 92, the paintbrush is still very much a part of Gerald Lazare's life. 45 years painting, 20 before that as an illustrator. And it all started when he was given his first job drawing comics as a 16-year-old.
I was too young for the war, or I couldn't do the comics, I'd be at war. So during the war, I started a career and it never ended.
In 1941, the Canadian government implemented the War Exchange Conservation Act, which limited what could be imported from the U.S. One item that was banned, comic books. So with no Captain America, the door opened for Canadian publishers to step in with their own creations. And that's when Johnny Canuck, Brock Windsor, Nelvana, and Canada Jack were born.
When I first started, I was doing someone else's characters who had been drafted or had come before me. But after a while, I created, I think it was about 9 characters of my own.
Many of the stories had the Nazis as the bad guys. Not a big stretch for the time, but it was effective. Johnny Canuck once took on Hitler himself. Another popular character was Nelvana, an Inuit half-goddess who was not only Canada's first superheroine, she predated the first Wonder Woman comic by 4 months.
The worlds of Nelvana and the worlds of Wonder Woman are very, very different. Wonder Woman, for example, was set in a feminist utopia and had lots of S&M and bondage themes to it. And Nelvana was pretty much just a chick in a miniskirt who fought Nazis.
But the Canadian comics of the Second World War were much more than just heroes punching Nazis.
And this page shows a boy, Sammy Kershaw, from Sarnia, age 10, who in 10 months rounded up 11,329 pounds of salvage.
Kids could earn the honor of having their likeness appear in print, or join fan clubs to connect with like-minded readers coast to coast. In many ways, the comics became the first social network.
Well, that is the key of what these comics were about for me. Not the superheroes, but the fact that they brought kids together.
With victory in Europe, American comics with their full-color pages were free to flood the market, and Canadian superheroes largely vanished, but not before leaving a lasting impression on a generation of young readers ready to welcome the real-life heroes home. Mike Drolet, Global News, Toronto.